Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Conways,
I'm Courtney.
and I'm Chris. Thank you all for joining us this week, and we'll try to give everyone a chance to join and everything. But thank you so much for
Hi, Joy.
bearing with us last week. We were gone.
Yes.
Yes, we're glad to be back, and hello, Joy. And last week, our daughter had her Christmas program at school, her first one ever, and it was pretty exciting.
She was very excited about it, and it was really cute.
Yeah, absolutely. The kindergarten, the first grade, and second grade, along with the third grade, did some sort of production, and it was entirely too cute.
hmm
Hey Naomi, and hey Devin, glad to have you here. Devin is our faithful YouTube watcher. Glad to have you all with us, and we've got many of our friends on Instagram. We have got some really good stuff for us to talk about.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. Also, as much as I'm looking forward to Christmas next week, I will be glad
I
when the
cannot
holidays are
believe
over.
I can't believe it's next week.
Yeah, it's really, really
I
hard to
still have
believe.
to get presents for my mom, my dad, and his dad. So
Yeah, yeah. Both of our dads are really difficult to buy for. So, as many as you probably can probably sympathize, having family members or friends that are a little more difficult. Then you have people that are easy to shop for, like Courtney and Courtney's mom, who is watching live with
yeah,
us. She's
she's
pretty easy
she's
to buy
easy.
for.
We just have to go get her something,
Yeah,
but like it's not going to be hard to find her something.
Joyce says she loves her. Sure.
Thank you. Kathleen picked out matching earrings too.
Yes. So we're very, very excited. I'm wearing the Grinch shirt because today at school, the whole kindergarten was doing Grinch Day, so they all celebrated Grinch. They've had some desserts and lots of Grinchy activities.
hmm
And I 3D printed a 11-inch Grinch figurine for her class to play with, like kind of like an elf on the shelf type thing. Um, so it's lots of fun.
hmm
But Grinch is probably one of my favorite holiday
Yeah.
type
He's
because
Grinchy. He's really not
I'm
though.
not. My dad
His
is.
dad is.
So I can relate. All right. So if you want to, I think we've got as many of our friends here as possible. Introduce our topic.
Yes, tonight we are talking about how your environment affects your weight loss journey or how it affects your health. Because sometimes we don't think about our environment and our
Mhm.
surroundings and how it affects us. Like sometimes we kind of are zoned in and centered on ourselves, but sometimes those things around you can affect you as well.
Yes, lots and lots of things, and there are some things that we'll be talking about. Some of them easier for us to control than others, but definitely if you can keep all these things in mind,
Mhm.
that can definitely help make your health journey a little bit more smoother, more successful, and hopefully happier.
Yep.
All right. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is physical access. So having access to things like parks, streets with sidewalks, because I know in some neighborhoods you don't have access to sidewalks. Having access to a gym or a place that has exercise equipment. We have actually a park, which is quite handy. Maybe a mile down the road that has
hmm
exercise equipment outside
Yeah.
that does not require any electricity. So all kind of weight related type stuff, like body weight type stuff. There's this one thing I don't know what it's called, but it'd be kind of close to an elliptical where you put your feet on there, maybe not quite elliptical, but you swing them back and forth. But that also does not require any kind of payment. Granted, it does require good
hmm
weather, but having access to those types of things, gyms, equipment to work out on, safe places to walk, those can definitely impact your health journey because having the access to those things will help you stay more active.
hmm
Being active is really important to being in a calorie deficit, but also really good for helping your metabolism,
hmm
and help that be as best as possible.
Yes. And another thing that some people don't think about because it's so readily available is access to certain kinds of foods. Some people live in something called a food desert. And I actually didn't know what that was until I don't know if you've heard of her, but Dollar Tree Dinners. She actually makes dinners out of Dollar Tree meals because there are food deserts where people just they don't have actual grocery stores around them. Some people the only stores they have is Dollar General or Dollar Tree or those kinds. And so sometimes you don't have access to healthier foods like produce and things of that nature. So your food environment can help you. What kind of restaurants you go to, what people are eating around you, all those kinds of things can also affect your weight loss journey.
Absolutely. So having grocery stores that focus a little bit more on the healthier items, Aldi's is a really good place that we go to that is also healthy on the budget, but they don't like having unhealthy items and they
Mhm.
don't like having artificial dyes, other types of artificial ingredients. Access to produce. Sprouts has been one of our favorites that has lots of really good fresh, clean vegetables. And they usually have a lot of really good deals too. But other places that promote a lot of healthier foods are going to be Home Foods, Fresh
Whole
Market,
Foods.
Whole Food, yes, Whole Food, Fresh Market, those types of places. Those can be a little on the pricier side, so make sure you look at their
Mhm.
sales. When you go at sales, you can get some really good things. Sprouts, one time we went there a couple months ago, and there was a lot of clearance items that we got, and we were able to kind of rack up very good. But Aldi's is definitely a more economical location that tries to do the health. So make sure that you have access to or able to go to grocery stores that kind of promote the healthier items, but also making sure that you go to places that have healthy foods if you're going out to eat.
Yes, but also if you do live in a food desert where you don't have access to those kind of foods, because sometimes you just can't help it,
Hmm.
make sure you work your day around that. You can work your day around anything and you can use what you have access to make it work. Even places like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they do have, I mean, it's not fresh, but they have frozen vegetables, they have canned vegetables. So you can work with what you have and make those healthier options, even if you do live in a food desert where you don't have access to food like
Hmm.
most people do.
And Devin makes a good point that for him it's really important to track. Scanning with the app, making sure that you know what you're consuming is also really kind of a good environmental
Mhm.
variable that you can control. And Joy mentions that exercise equipment that I was talking about that kind of move your feet is called a gazelle. That makes sense. There's that. And then if you're going to a restaurant, we mentioned this before. It's kind of one of our topics about being successful about going out. Plan ahead, try to look at the
Mhm.
menu to see what you have. You can't always control if you're
Yeah.
going out to eat with other people, so you can't necessarily control that. But if you are in control, try to pick places. There are definitely some places that are easier to eat healthier.
Yeah.
Taco Bell is not usually
We
for
can make it
us.
work though. Those
You,
power bowls.
you can make it work, but it's not one of the easier ones. Some of the
Mhm.
easier places we can make things work is at Wendy's,
And
um,
Popeyes.
Popeyes with their grilled chicken tenders. We've got a Slim Chickens, which they also have grilled chicken options. So any place that has those healthier options is definitely going to be beneficial for you.
Yes. And one of the main ways that your environment can affect your health is your home setup.
Hmm.
Um
And this is the one that's the most easiest for you to control as well.
Yes. Making sure like at home you have those healthier options at home. Like I said, whether it's canned vegetables, um, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, like you can control your home environment and what you have access to. You can, I mean, they're not cheap, but you can get a walking pad. You
Hmm.
can, and I'm not saying you have to do those things, but what I'm saying is your home environment it's your piece, it's your place,
Hmm.
and it is where you can control what you have access to. If you don't want to have unhealthy foods, don't have them. Like, and I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but you can control your home setup.
Hmm. And when you do want to have some of that stuff, because we do have that around, one of the biggest things that helps us is have the more healthier items readily available, accessible, visible. Having apples and bananas and healthier items to munch on the counter, so that if you're hungry
Mhm.
and you're wanting a snack, you can go by and grab it. Easy access is going to be typically what you gravitate towards too. If you want to have the unhealthier stuff in the house, that's absolutely fine. Usually we can have pretty good self-control about that, but make that harder to get to. Put it on the top
Mhm.
shelf, put it behind other items so that's not in the
Have
forefront of
your
your mind.
husband hide it.
Yes, yes, I definitely have done that before too. But have it not as accessible so that when you're walking through the kitchen and you're not hungry, you don't grab anything. Because if you're walking through the
Mhm.
kitchen and you've got those cookies or those candies readily available and you're not hungry, you're going to be more likely to grab one of those. But if you are hungry, you'll be. I usually tend to gravitate to whatever's easiest. If it's an arm's reach, I don't have to think. I don't have to think of it. Walk in there, grab an apple. Walk
Mhm.
in there, grab,
Yeah.
you know, a banana. Or for us in our fridge, the more healthier protein items are going to be in the front, like having access to the protein cheese, which we've is a new thing for us. That Kraft has those snacking
Love
sticks
it.
that has like what 13 grams
15 grams of
15 13
protein.
15 grams of protein, 150 calories. That's basically like a protein bar right there, but it's cheese and it
And
melts.
it's cheese.
Yes,
Let's say that again. It's
it's cheese,
cheese.
which is one of my weaknesses. The other day, I melted one. They've got those zero carb tortillas. Two of them for 60 calories. They've got a bunch of fiber in them, which is also key to helping in your weight loss. I had two of those, and the protein, and even those wraps had protein too. So that
Yep.
snack had like 20 grams of protein,
Mhm.
15 grams of fiber, and only 210 calories. And it was super
For a
filling.
very filling snack. But
Yes.
I also want to piggyback on what he was saying a minute ago about like keeping things hidden if you need to.
Hmm.
It like you guys know me. I talk about Reese's every week, but I can't have Reese's out in the open. They have to be in a drawer. And then I don't think about them as much. Like I'm not like, oh, I need a Reese's. But keeping them, my mother-in-law, his mom, she keeps M&Ms on the counter. Do y'all know how many times without even thinking, I've
Hmm.
gone in there, unscrewed the lid, grabbed a little bit of M&Ms, walked away without even thinking.
Yeah, all kind of subconsciously.
Yeah. So if you don't have those things in front of I can't really control that because that's not my stuff. But what I'm saying is, if you can control it, if
Hmm.
you don't have those things in front of you, you won't be subconsciously eating something without even like 10 minutes later being like, did I actually just eat that? Like you just yeah.
And it's not just that you probably can be surprised about how much you do without thinking it. It's been a couple weeks, but I looked over at Courtney one day. She was sitting on the bed,
I know
eating
exactly what he's gonna talk about.
eating a bunch of Reese's, and they were just there. And
They were not hidden like they need to be.
she said, I had no idea I was actually sitting here eating these until you looked at me, and she had gone through five of them already. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do kind of subconsciously without really realizing it. Joy mentions bananas and apples are always on the
Mhm.
counter,
Apples are always on our
and
counter.
fridge has 000 yogurt. Yogurt. My favorite yogurt recently has been a ratio yogurt, which has got like 20 grams of protein. It's a Greek yogurt, and it does not have the Greek yogurt taste, but any kind of yogurt is going to have the healthier
Mhm.
fats. It's going to have the protein. That is something we love having stocked. Whether it's those flips, our daughter loves those little flips
Mhm.
packs, and to her that's like a dessert, but it's pretty healthy. So having those healthy options right there for you are going to keep them at the forefront and
Yes.
help you have more healthier stuff.
Yes, and then another thing with your home, something that we don't think about as much, is your clutter. Like, if it's cluttered, if it's messy, sometimes that can mess with your stress levels,
Yeah.
and it can even not just affect, like, your, like, mental health, but it can affect how you sleep, because if you're more stressed, you don't sleep
Hmm.
as well. Less sleep affects your weight loss journey, so all these things are connected.
Hmm.
We are not like, we're kind of cluttery people. Like, we just have too much stuff, to be completely honest with you. So we just don't think about it as much. But when our room is clean, we are
And
so much
organized.
happier. Yeah.
Mhm. We sleep better, and,
Mhm.
and, and it's not even it's noticeable if you pay attention to it. But when we get things let things go a little bit, things are cluttered. It's kind of a small change, but it's a noticeable change. And so when we clean up and organize, we're not tripping over things when we're going to the bathroom at night. We tend to just sleep easier, and it's just the mental health aspect. We can't discuss this enough.
Mhm.
Has a huge impact on your overall health as well as your weight loss.
Mhm.
It's huge.
Joy also mentioned going back to the healthier food options to have sugar-free pudding and sugar-free jello. I love me some protein pudding, y'all. I will mix a protein shake with some sugar-free pudding mix and like it's so good.
And I love the sugar-free Jello.
He will buy the big case
It's a 12 pack.
and he'll just sometimes I'll look over it and like he will just be slurping them. Like he doesn't even like use a spoon. He's
I
just
don't. Why bother messing with a spoon when I can just it's like 5 calories, zero sugar, and it's a volume food. So if I'm feeling snacky and I'm hungry, but I don't really have a whole lot of room in my day when it comes to my points or bites, I just have two of
mhm.
those. You can have two or three of those, 15 calories. and that is pretty substantial. That and then have a little bit of water. It's really tasty.
Yes, but also when it comes to home life, and I know we're using a lot of time on this, we might have to make this a two-parter. But with your home setup, one thing also is you can have just a little space, just a space to go when you need it, when you need a minute to think, when you need a moment to just get away. Like if you're overwhelmed by the kitchen,
You need a quiet place.
yes, if you're overwhelmed by the kitchen, by the things in it, go to your quiet place. So like your home it needs to be your happy place. It needs to be where you're happy. And like I said, you can control that for the most part. So
Yeah, Joy,
Joy's
PB
coming up with all these
peanut
ideas.
butter with fat-free Cool Whip. Mm. We love us some peanut butter.
I love me some Cool Whip. I will eat it like I will seriously, I will put it in the freezer and eat it like ice cream. Like it's so good.
But yes, that's a really, really, really good option. Mixing the fat-free Cool Whip with PB2 butter. I've also used some of the PB2 peanut butter powder and mixed in sugar-free pancake syrup. And that makes a really delicious
It's
tasting
so
peanut
good.
butter. And to me, that brings back memories of my dad. He would make peanut butter and syrup sandwiches. Courtney had
I
never heard of
never had
them.
heard of it, and they're divine.
So it just he would take peanut butter and mix it with pancake syrup, and then so it's nice and creamy, and put it on the sandwiches. So when I do that with the PB2 butter powder and then the zero sugar pancake syrup, it brings back that nostalgic taste of those sandwiches my dad used to make me when I was little, while not being too unhealthy.
Mhm.
So yes.
Yes. And another thing for your environment is social support. That is might be one of the biggest things is having that support around you. If you are around people that are not supportive of your
Hmm.
health journey, are tearing you down, are not cheering you on, you need to find other people. And we've mentioned it before. We will
Hmm.
be those people for you if you
Absolutely.
need us to. Because everyone, I feel like everyone on any sort of journey, whether it's a weight loss journey, any kind of journey,
Hmm.
needs to have people cheering them on. So
Absolutely. And I've had some friends tell me that they're on a weight loss journey, but their spouse isn't. And
yeah.
their spouse would never, ever dream of eating those healthier items, even if you kind of tell them that it's not healthy and they can't sneak in things. That can be quite challenging and quite difficult. So just work on making sure that you have someone supporting you. If
Mhm.
your spouse isn't able to, or not going to, find other people that can give you that support so that you're not doing it alone. And it really helps the two of us are
Yes.
on the same program, and we're both on the same journey.
Mhm.
And she's there to be strong when I'm weak, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's very helpful, and we don't have to make two meals.
And that is true. We don't because I know some couples that make 2 meals,
Hmm.
and because their spouse is eating, like, the unhealthier options
Or
than they
just
have
different.
or just different. But what I was gonna mention was also have those people there that's not gonna, like, egg you on to eat something that you're not wanting to eat. Like, today, he got me one of my favorite things in the world is a frosted honey bun, and he got me one. He's like, "Hey, I got you a frosted honey bun at the store." And I was like, "Thank you, but I'm gonna eat it a different day because I don't have room in my day today for it." Some people would be like, "Oh, just eat it, just eat it. I got it for you, just eat it." He was like, "Okay, eat it another day. That's fine." Like, have those people that's not gonna egg you on because there are people I have some people in my life, they'll be like, "Oh, just go ahead and eat it." Like, it's
Not
fine.
meaning to be
They don't
bad.
mean it like
No.
in their mind, they're being supportive,
Hmm.
but it doesn't help.
Yeah.
So make sure you also have those people that are gonna, like, keep you accountable and be like, "Okay, yeah, you don't really need that." Like
Mhm. Absolutely. And Joe, I think that your partner being a big supporter is really, really a
mhm,
big part of your
yes.
success. Also, the fact that his name is Chris is not a coincidence, because I know a lot of Chris's are pretty darn awesome.
Yeah. But for real, I would not be this far if it wasn't for him and him being on this journey with me. So, so yeah, he keeps me in line. He hides the Reese's and the oatmeal cream bars. So,
Mhm. Absolutely. And so the next thing we want to talk about, that might be the last thing we talk about before we get into
yeah, I think
the
this is gonna have to be a two-parter.
yeah, we might have to bring some of this stuff on there. And we've talked about this a little bit too, the stress and the sleep. Sleep is very, very important to your health journey, and stress can impact your sleep. So making sure that you're minimizing stress. If there are some things that are just stressful in your life, making sure you take time out to have some quiet time,
Mhm.
whether it's in the morning time, go out and sit in your on your yard if it's warm enough and swing. Taking a moment in your car when you get home from work, you had a particularly stressful day. Sit in your car, jam to some music for a couple
Mhm.
minutes to kind of unwind before you go into the house and let everything else kind of wreak havoc. Give you some time. Um, let's see.
Sorry, we're catching up on comments.
Yes, somebody on Instagram mentions that their husband eats differently, so they plan their stuff separately, and that is absolutely okay. It can make things a little bit challenging sometimes, but that's absolutely he can take care of his food, and you can take care of your food, and you both are good.
Mhm. As
Oh,
long as you like that. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
whatever works for you.
Absolutely. So no knocking on you there. So just kind of reiterate this, just the stress and the sleep is going to be very, very important. If
Mhm.
you have apps that can help track, there's Aura rings and the Apple watches that can help track your sleep, and you can make note of particular items that happen throughout the
Uh-huh.
day, and then, oh, I didn't sleep really well last night, and then you can think back of what caused that, and then
Mhm.
help kind of change that.
Yes, and then one another thing is if you don't get enough sleep, you're gonna probably want more caffeine. More caffeine, while coffee is a beautiful thing, it causes more anxiety.
Hmm.
More anxiety causes less sleep, and it's just a never-ending thing. So
Yeah.
if you get good sleep in the beginning, then you won't need I'm not saying you won't have any caffeine, but you won't have the need for as much, and it might
Mhm.
help your anxiety be a little less.
Mhm. Regina mentions that her husband eats the same as what she does, just 2 or 3 times more.
That's what I mean, he does typically he doesn't anymore, but, he would have bigger portion sizes than me.
And I still do,
Yeah, he does.
but not drastically, just because
Our calorie needs are different
I'm
anyway,
six
so
foot eight and 345 pounds, so generally I will need a little bit more calories than
mhm.
she does. And Jody on Instagram mentions that she stopped sleeping to podcasts and audiobooks at night, and that has helped her sleep.
Yes, pay attention to your sleep environment because sometimes the environment that you've created, it's just not conducive to a good night's sleep. You might think you're sleeping okay. That's one reason I really liked getting this Aura ring because I was able to see like a night that I thought I slept good. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize and it's like, and it gives you like a sleep score.
Mhm.
We love these things. We're not what's the word, affiliated or anything. We just really
Yeah.
like them. But it gives you like a sleep score so you can know how you slept the night before, but it also it'll also tell you how ready you are for the day because of how you slept.
Hmm.
So it'll base your calorie goal like for your activity based on how you slept
And
because
how ready your body is.
how you sleep the night before really does determine what you can do the next day.
Hmm.
So making sure you have a good environment around you to sleep is very big. It's going to help with your stress, your anxiety, your mental load. It's going to help with everything.
Absolutely. So we are going to probably make this into two-parter. So all the stuff that we didn't get to today,
Yeah, because we
we'll
have a whole list.
we've got a bunch of stuff to continue on. So we'll continue on this topic next week. But we want to get on to the recipe portion of the night and let Courtney share this delicious breakfast recipe.
Yes. This one is a little bit higher bites. But it's something you can work into your day. And when you look at the calories and stuff, it's really not that bad for like a whole entire breakfast. Um,
Got tons of
but
protein, which is a really good thing.
yes, but I love this one, and that's why I wanted to share it because it is so good and it's very easy.
And you can customize it too to your needs. If you're needing something a little less bite-wise, you can customize
Mhm,
this.
yes. But, you need 1 1/4 cups of water, a cup of reduced fat, shredded sharp cheddar cheese. You can make that fat-free, and it would bring the bites down a little bit. A 1/2 cup of sugar-free syrup, 2 cups of buttermilk flapjack and waffle mix. That is the Kodiak mix or any sort of protein waffle pancake type mix. 6 large eggs and a pound of turkey
And
sausage.
I think she might have forgotten to tell you what this was. So it's
Oh,
a breakfast
it's a
pancake bake.
breakfast pancake bake.
Delicious.
It's very good. But you cook the sausage and set it aside. I'm lazy, and whenever I make this, I actually use the microwavable stuff, and then I just chop it up because I'm lazy and don't feel like standing over the stove and cooking because I'm lazy.
No,
Uh,
she's a busy working mom,
well,
so
a
that
lot
is.
of times when I make this, it's meal prepping the night before, and by then I've worked all day and I'm tired.
Mhm.
So, um, but mix the pancake mix in water and add it to a greased 9 by 13 pan. Top it with the cooked sausage, and then beat the eggs and add it on top of the sausage and pancake mixture. Top that with the cheese. and cook at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes or until the eggs are cooked through. It is so good, it's so easy. And if you don't cook the meat, if you just do the microwavable stuff,
It's
that's
even
even
easier.
easier. It
And
takes hardly any time to put together.
this basically kind of tastes like
McGriddle.
a McGriddle. I lost it
I
a little bit.
He doesn't typically use more syrup, like it's sweet enough for him.
Mhm.
I
So
love my
there's a
sweet
little bit
stuff.
more of the
I
sugar-free
put
syrup
more of
on
the
it.
sugar-free syrup on it. But it is between 8 and 9 bites. That's why I said it is a little bit more bites than what I normally share. But it's a full meal. 8 servings, 20.6 net carbs, 330 calories, 25.4 grams of protein. That's a decent amount of protein.
Yeah, that's quite a bit, quite a bit. And protein is something that will help you with your strength training journey and help keep you full a little bit longer. By the way, we're wrapping up too, but you have a good night. We'll see you later. And if anybody has any kind of recipes that they would like for Courtney to try to lighten up, feel free to
Yes.
comment. Or if you have any topics you'd like to discuss, but we for now we will sign off. Oh, did we
We
get
are
something?
planning on still doing our Tuesday talks next week, even though it's like 2 days before Christmas.
Yes.
So we will see you guys hopefully, unless something changes
Mhm.
and like they decide for us to not do it just because it is Christmas week.
But as of right now, we're
We're
planning on
planning on
being
it.
here,
So if they're okay with us doing it, we're doing it.
and if you can't make it, feel free to
But we
watch
are
the
doing part
recording.
two.
Yes.
So because like I said, we have more notes on this. Yeah.
Yes. So, as
That's a good idea. Regina said she would eat this for supper. That's a good idea because typically you can fit more calories in
you
at
can,
night and bites in at night than in the
and I
morning.
would very gladly enjoy
I'm gonna
breakfast
do
for
this
dinner.
for dinner one night.
Yes, that would be delicious.
I always forget about breakfast for dinner, but it's actually my favorite.
Yes, it's delicious. But yes, so we are still planning on being here next week. So unless something changes, but we will see you all next week. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I can't believe it's Christmas
Yeah.
next week. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.